Hey y'all. So, whoa, wait a second. Let's turn this down some. Okay. So this is typical when you're involved with someone and y'all having issues, and then y'all have a break with each other, but you're kind of still talking occasionally or whatever, but you're not really together. A lot of times that person is hunting for someone else. So y'all might be on a so-called break, but they're not taking a break. They're hunting for someone else. And I was in a manipulationship with a toxic ass, simple-minded, childish, not equipped or mature enough to have a relationship individual, and they happen to be a narcissist. And while we were on a so-called break, which thank God, because he's a horrible person, but I need radio silence for a week. I need time to think and process. No, the hell he don't need to think. Number one, he's not capable of thinking. Number two, he was hunting for someone else. And you know what's funny? And I talked about this before. The person he was hunting didn't want nothing to do with his ass. She didn't want nothing to do with him. I think it's hilarious. In the face with a moon pie. That's what you get for being sneaky, backstabbing, going behind somebody's back, being a dog. Worse than a dog. At least a dog is loyal. Oh, snaps. Yeah, so a lot of times they're sneaking and creeping. That's why they need a so-called break. Okay? And the video that I saw of mental healness, I will put that in the description, put the title of it in the description, and y'all can just talk it into the search. Hit the microphone and talk the title into the search so you don't have to type the whole thing, okay? And dude worked with the girl he was seeing in this particular scenario that I'll show you, put the title in the description. His girlfriend pulled the same move. They're supposedly on a break. They didn't officially break up as in good luck with your life in this, that kind of thing. It was kind of like your so-called relationship is on a hiatus. I don't think she's a narcissist, but she could be, but I don't know. I think she just was eager to hump somebody else. And they're supposed to be on a break. And her and the guy she was messing with, plus her boyfriend that they're supposedly on a break though, she was messing with the guy at work. And first of all, it is never a good idea to mess with people that you work with. Never. Unless y'all, I don't know, you were seeing each other and then you just happened to, that person decided to apply for a job. But even so, working with somebody that you are seeing is not good, because if y'all break up, it's awkward as hell. Y'all might be treating each other weird because y'all broke up, and other people pick up on it and they're looking at both of y'all like, what is y'all's problem? It's awkward. It's really awkward. You have to see this person every day. It's just awkward. So it's not a good idea to get involved with your boss or anybody else, people that you work with. They were supposedly on a small break, supposedly, and she was seeing someone else. Everybody at the job knew except him, which is often the case. Everybody knows your business and you don't even know what's going on. And that person's lying to you and acting like, they're coming up with excuses as to why they can't see you and all this other. And then you find out the truth, and the coworker had told him, like, hey man, this is what's going down. I thought you knew about it. Everybody knew. I thought you knew too. He had no idea. So, wow. And it didn't really make any sense, because if you decide that you want to get involved with somebody else, whether you work with them or not, it's not a good idea. But if you insist on going down that road, then whatever happens as a result of that fallout, that's on you because I told you don't do it. Okay? But all she had to do, like Lee said, Lee Hammock, he's a self-aware, clinically diagnosed narcissist, and he teaches people how to deal with narcissistic abuse, what are the warning signs, how to heal from their crap and everything else. And Lee said all she had to do was break up with him. Rather than sneaking and creeping behind his back with somebody else, all you had to do was break up. It's not like y'all were married. Lee didn't say this, but I'm adding this. It's not like y'all were married and had kids or whatever. You got a divorce or whatever. You want to hop up and down on somebody else, then you should have told your partner or previous partner that you got a break from. You should have said, it's probably better that we go our separate ways. We had a good run of things, but, I'm not really wanting to work it out. This way, you don't have to sneak and creep behind their back. And some people will say, in the comments had said, because Lee shows you the comments, well, if you're on a break, you're not together anymore. If you look here, let me clarify what that really means, okay? If you're on a break with somebody, a break means we're just going to take some space and some time to, especially if you've got let's just say you have a volatile relationship or y'all been going through a lot of changes lately or whatever, and you just want to take a break. A break doesn't mean you head first flip into somebody else's bed. A break means we're going to take some space, and then we'll revisit where we're at relationship wise. It's not a complete break up. It is only a break. So for people that are trying to justify it by saying, well, you're on a break with this person, you could be with other people. No, you trying to justify doing that. You haven't had a clean break with this person, as in break up. There's a difference between a break and a break up. Don't be trying to find the fine print so you could come up with excuses to be with somebody else. Well, technically my behind, okay? Wrong and hell no and hell to the no. A break means we're taking a break and we'll revisit this at a later time. A break up means good luck with your life, c'est la vie, it's been a fun deal, peace out. There's a big difference. People could always justify doing the wrong thing. If you don't want to break, you want to break up, then go ahead and break up. This way, if you want to bang everybody, go for it. Nobody cares. Swing from the ceiling, land on somebody else. That's on you. Okay? But don't leave a person hanging. And if they have feelings for you and you left them hanging and they're under this impression that y'all going to work things out after whatever the time frame is that you agreed to, a break, you know what? Let's just keep it real. A break is not really a good thing anyway. Because a break means y'all not really working things out. And you're supposed to love each other. You're supposed to enjoy being around each other. You're supposed to be excited to spend time with this person. And why would you need a break from them unless y'all are just volatile with each other, which is a possibility? That means you probably should break up. Because some people are not good people, and they like to argue, and they like to fight, and they like to stress their partner out, which means you're a toxic person, and you're not mature enough to stay in a relationship with somebody. If you like to fight all the time, you're a child. You're a freaking child. You might be 30 or 40 and up, but you're a child if you like to fight all the time, because that's what kids do. Give me that crayon. I'm not giving you nothing. Give me that crayon. Pow. And one kid pops the other kid, And toxic people do that. They just have to nitpick, and they have to fight, argue. In a case like that, you shouldn't break up. You shouldn't have a break from each other, because you're going to, when you get back together, if you get it back together, y'all cannot fix that necessarily, especially if one person likes that. They enjoy arguing. They enjoy fighting. And I don't get along with people like that, because life is too short to be sitting here having Jerry Springer with people. Look here. Life is too short for that stupidness. You're supposed to have so many happy memories with each other that when other people say, well, what do you guys do for fun? Tell me about something exciting. Y'all should have so many fun stories that you're tripping over each other trying to share the stories with somebody else. It should not be a situation of, well, we fight all the time. There's like 5 days in a week, or 7 days in a week. We fight 5 days out of the 7 days. We do that. That ain't what you're supposed to be, telling people and going through. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting. It's supposed to be, we went on this vacation, we went here, we went horseback riding, we went swimming at the beach and such and such. We sat in the woods and we went camping and we had a fire and we told stories about a fire till 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what you're supposed to experience in your relationship. Not fuss and fighting, fuss, fight, argue, argue, argue. We got to break up with each other. We need a break. How about I break your neck? I'm just kidding. Or am I? I'll put a stop to your arguing. The sound of their neck breaking. You know what I'm saying? Don't get physical with people. But sometimes you're tempted because they just won't stop. But yeah, you're supposed to have exciting things to tell other people. You're supposed to experience exciting things. They forget that relationships are supposed to be fun. Is it going to be fun all the time? Of course not. Of course not. Sometimes bills are due, and sometimes somebody fell and twisted their ankle, and you were supposed to go here and there and everywhere, and the weather did not permit that, so you had to cancel it or postpone it, whatever. So it's not always going to be a party, but you should have a lot more fun times than bad times, for sure. And it shouldn't be a situation where you have to struggle to make good times. It should happen naturally on its own. I remember talking to a waitress, and she was saying, yeah, I see people come in here on their first date a lot. And I said, really? Because they end up telling her, yeah, we're here on our first date and this and that. I said, well, what did you notice most of the time? She said, they're very serious. That's not how it's supposed to be. A first date's supposed to be fun. With a normal person. If the person's not normal, it's not going to be a normal experience, okay? But with a normal person, it should be fun. It should be enjoyable. It should be telling jokes. It should be, sometimes people rib each other. You got a funny accent. Where are you from? Funny accent? You got some nerve. You know what I mean? Like that's sparring with each other in a playful way, not trying to hurt the other person's feelings. There's a difference between healthy sparring and non-healthy sparring. There's a massive difference. It's supposed to be fun. She said the majority of the time, if not all the time, on a first date, they're very serious with each other. Are you going on a date or are you going to a funeral? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're supposed to be laughing from 1 minute to the next, although some people get along so well and their chemistry is so good, they will be laughing the whole time because that's just how they do. And then if you get into a relationship with this person, they know how to cheer you up because they always say something off the wall. And even though you don't want to laugh, you end up laughing. Okay. I had a very close friend that she's one of the few people that can make me laugh. Even if I'm determined I'm not going to laugh and it's not funny, I'll start laughing. And I'm like, I am not trying to laugh. I'm in a bad mood. She says something off the wall and I bust out laughing. It should be organic. It should happen on its own. Yeah. That's just the way it is. It should not be an effort. All right, let's try really hard to have a good time. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to happen on its own. Natural flow of things. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you guys take care, and I will post the title in the description. You guys take care. Much love. Be safe. No texting and driving. Ain't nobody on that phone worth dying for. You got me? All right. Much love. Bye.